Here's your wrestling news for July 10th, 2021. And your headlines for today include: Bayley is injured, will be out of action for 9 months. Bayley's injury may change WWE creative plans for incoming talent. WWE makes big changes to Money in the Bank pay-per-view during SmackDown. Where is Daniel Bryan heading towards? Major information about his upcoming move is leaked. Seth Rollins-Cesaro feud seemingly concludes on SmackDown. WWE's major booking flaw in men's ladder match. Fan who jumped the ring at AEW Dynamite credits a famous wrestling personality for his actions. WWE confirms Extreme Rules 2021 date and location. Paul Heyman reportedly pulled from WWE Talking Smack, and more. We're kicking off today with next Sunday's Money in the Bank pay-per-view, which was supposed to see SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair take on Bayley in an I Quit match, but that match is off. In a statement issued by WWE last night, it was announced that Bayley suffered an injury during training and will be out of action for approximately 9 months. It's being reported that Bayley has suffered a torn ACL, and Fightful Select reports that the injury, described as a freak accident, occurred when she was chain wrestling with another superstar during one of the company's mandatory training sessions before they returned to touring. This 9-month recovery window means she'll miss the return of live fans next week, as well as shows like SummerSlam, Survivor Series, the Royal Rumble, and presumably WrestleMania 38 next year. During SmackDown, WWE's Twitter shared a video of Bayley breaking her silence on her injury and, in character, blamed the fans who were desperate to see her compete for causing her to get injured, and said that whoever replaces her on SmackDown won't be as good. It's never good to hear a superstar is injured, especially so close to the return of live fans, and we're sending our best to Bayley, who helped carry WWE last year at this sad time. With Bayley off the show, SmackDown is losing one of its most premier performers, which will have a major effect on the Blue Brand's roster. In the report, Fightful reports that Bayley heard a pop sound, which was the first sign of trouble, and that some in WWE are concerned that her injury will mess with potential plans, and the injury has caused WWE to change plans for incoming talent. There's also frustration amongst the SmackDown roster, with 2 anonymous superstars said to be openly frustrated about the company's lack of depth that has left them scrambling to find an appropriate replacement for the role model. The consensus amongst the superstars is that WWE did this to themselves, as the company just axed a huge number of talented superstars in the name of budget cuts, making an injury like this all the more devastating to the company's plans. On the other hand, Bayley carried SmackDown's women's division last year and always went above and beyond, and it can be argued that WWE's scrambling to find a suitable replacement isn't to do with the releases, but just that the company has lost an incredibly valuable performer. Whatever the case, fans won't be seeing the role model for a long time, in a huge setback to the SmackDown roster. Bayley's injury means she won't be challenging for the SmackDown Women's title at Money in the Bank, and that wasn't the only change made to next Sunday's show. During last night's SmackDown, Sonya Deville confirmed that Bianca Belair will defend her title on next week's SmackDown instead of at the pay-per-view, against Carmella. This title opportunity also means Carmella is out of the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match and has been replaced by Liv Morgan. On the men's side of things, King Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Baron Corbin to earn a spot in the men's ladder match, while Seth Rollins toppled Cesaro to earn a spot too. Last night was the final SmackDown in the Thunderdome, and time will tell who gains momentum on what's sure to be a monumental episode of the Blue Brand. In April this year, Daniel Bryan's WWE contract expired following his Universal title match with Roman Reigns on SmackDown, and one of wrestling's hottest free agents hasn't appeared in any other promotion since then. Bryan may be gone, but he's not forgotten in WWE, as his name has been brought up multiple times during the ongoing feud between Edge and Roman Reigns, leading fans to speculate that the Yes Man's return is imminent. That isn't the case, as the Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that those mentions of Bryan aren't a sign that he's coming back, and that his current status is still a secret that only the former WWE champion knows. Sources report that WWE and Bryan have been in talks to renew his contract, with several lucrative offers being made, all of which Bryan hasn't okayed yet. Wade Keller of PW Torch notes that Bryan has been in talks with AEW also, believing the company can offer him a more relaxed schedule, which will allow him more time with his ever-growing family. Joining WWE in 2010, Bryan had an incredible career in WWE featuring highs, lows, and everything in between. But for now, all references to him on SmackDown are just part of Edge and Reigns' story and nothing more. The possibility of Bryan moving to AEW would be a huge win for the All Elite promotion, and although WWE are hoping to re-sign him, the company isn't confident that'll happen. During Wrestling Observer Live, Bryan Alvarez discussed Bryan's situation with WWE and how he's being removed from several projects the company has planned, despite the current talks with the company. He said, "I'm not sure if it's a video game or what it is, but one of these projects that involves, obviously, the wrestlers in WWE, they were alerted today that this person is no longer with WWE, and one of the people they mentioned was Daniel Bryan. Realistically, he's not with the company. That is also an indication that at this point, take him out of whatever project because he's out of the company." WWE wants Bryan back, if nothing else than to keep him away from AEW, but ultimately it's the former world champion's decision where he goes next. More from SmackDown, which last night saw Seth Rollins finally defeat Cesaro, bringing their 5-month feud to its apparent end. During this match, Cesaro was busted open, but wasn't attended to by medics, making us believe that this blood was part of the storyline. Rollins' win earns him a spot in a star-studded ladder match alongside Drew McIntyre, Ricochet, John Morrison, Riddle, Big E, Kevin Owens, and Shinsuke Nakamura, and this makes sense from a booking standpoint. With Big E, Owens, and Nakamura all strong babyfaces, alongside Raw's Drew McIntyre, Ricochet, and Riddle, WWE desperately needed a heel in the men's ladder match that has a ton of good guys. Rollins' win in the qualifier was definitely the right call, though we're questioning why it had to come at Cesaro's expense, who is yet again on the verge of greatness, but not quite there. We understand that they've been feuding for some time, but with a talented roster, there's surely some other face that Rollins could have beaten to get this opportunity instead. Hopefully, Cesaro can rebound in a big way after losing last night's match, but it's what happened after the Architects' win that has fans talking. Post-match, an elated Rollins, who even hugged Caleb Braxton, was confronted by Edge, who reminded him of when Rollins tried to break his neck in 2014. Back then, the Authority had been barred from WWE, with John Cena being the only man who could bring them back, and Rollins' threat to curb stomp the retired Edge, intending to paralyze him, forced Cena to reinstate the Authority. This reminder last night was intense and a preview of their rumored match at SummerSlam 2021, and in the meantime, it seems Cesaro has lost his push for now. More from AEW now, as this week's show saw the return of fans, but one fan had to spoil things by jumping the barricade. During Chris Jericho's entrance, the fan tried to get in the ring but was prevented by security, and after taking a punch from Jericho himself, was ejected from the building. On Twitter, that fan has come forward as Fat Bastard and tweeted at Jim Cornette and his co-host Brian Last for their opinions on what he's calling his AEW debut. The fan writes, "How did you like my AEW debut? I did this for all us real wrestling fans. Wrestling is no longer a safe space for friends to dance around and play dress-up. Reality can hit at any time. Did they think it is going to be playtime forever?" He later liked a tweet saying that he jumped the barricade for Cornette and has changed his bio, mocking Jericho's punch and saying he saw urine coming from MJF. The fan may have done this for Cornette, but Cornette's no fan of his, despite his name trending on Twitter thanks to the fan's actions. Responding, Cornette said that the ring is sacred ground for those in the industry, and that if he'd been at Dynamite, he would have turned the fan into an tennis racket popsicle, and is lucky no one gutted him like a fish. Ending his tweet by blocking the barricade jumper, this hopefully will deter any possible copycat barricade jumpers, as the last thing any company needs right now is fans jumping the barricade and causing trouble. Back to WWE, and the company's next pay-per-view as part of their upcoming tour will be Extreme Rules. That show will take place on September 26th at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio, and with the 2021 draft expected to happen mere weeks before the show, it'll be interesting to see who's on the card. More SmackDown next, as Paul Heyman has reportedly been removed from Talking Smack. Heyman began co-hosting the show alongside Caleb Braxton in November 2020, but last week's show saw Pat McAfee sit in for Heyman instead. Now, the Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that Heyman is permanently gone from the show and won't be back. It's also reported that WWE has no significant reason for the change and that there's no heat on Heyman that's led to the move. The Observer didn't confirm if McAfee will be a permanent co-host with Braxton, but fans shouldn't expect to see Paul Heyman on Talking Smack during this week's show. And we're ending with more Heyman news, who, instead of hosting Talking Smack, is now working on a new documentary for the company. On Twitter, Heyman himself revealed that he's overseeing a new documentary all about WrestleMania 37 and praised Roman Reigns' title defense on Night 2, pinning Daniel Bryan and Edge at the same time. There's no word on whether this documentary will be a new WWE 24 special, a WWE Day Of, or a Chronicles special, but this documentary is in the pipeline for the WWE Network and Peacock. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.